Hey Fae folk, I'm Hedge, this is my vlog, welcome to Hedgevlogs. I'm not quite sure if I'm keeping that intro thing, but I am keeping this background because I finally found a place in my room, actually in my room, where I can film with relative ease and actually put a light right in front of me, so I'm staring right into that, and that's weird. This week has been rather uneventful so far, which is okay because I prefer not to have to rant on about sexist morons all of the time. Speaking of which, my tattoo is healing quite well by now after it got inflamed a tiny little bit. We still don't know why. It could have been that I had an allergic reaction to the green color or the green ink, because it only happened in the green parts. It could have been a mistake on my side with tattoo care or something else. Anyway, my body reacted strangely and I didn't feel quite well, but I will spare you the gross details. Anyway, it is healing well. Disinfectant alcohol is your friend. So this is the third time that I tried to record this vlog because my SD card kept on being a try not to swear as much, and so this is my third attempt, and I hope this time it works, because the 28 days of blogging thing is actually going quite well and I haven't missed a day yet, but thanks to me being slightly unorganized and or not feeling very cameragenic in the last few days, a few things had to be reordered, and now my schedule is out of pre-written posts, so I have to actually do new content, which is unfortunate because now is the part of the week where I work outside the house and not in freelance. Last week I told you that I won't be watching Alias Grace again. This week I've started watching How to Get Away with Murder, matchingly. I told you that I don't really like watching people in distress or extremely dark series, but actually murder mysteries are okay. We have this tradition in Germany where the whole family gathers in front of the TV every Sunday evening to watch Tatort. It's a thing. We just do this. This is very, very German. We actually don't do this here in the flat, but my dad does, and when I'm at his place we're actually watching Tatort. So that's a thing, and I've been pretty into crime novels since I was, I think, 11 or 12 years old. I like Agatha Christie. I am very a classic crime novel person. I'm not so into the Scandinavian thriller thing, because that's very gory and often with, for me, unnecessary detail and a lot of splattered brains and stuff. No, thank you. What I really enjoyed were the Judge Dee novels, which my dad introduced to me. They're by Robert van Gulik, who was a keen scholar on actually ancient Chinese history, and I'm also a big fan, and this is probably my favorite series of crime novels. I absolutely love the Hedgevlog novels by Jan Willem van de Wetering, which are set in 70s Amsterdam, so it's vibrant, it's full of escapist people, full of drugs, cults, and all around weirdness, and it's amazing. And actually we wanted to take one of the novels with us to Amsterdam during our last trip, but we forgot it because we actually wanted to walk the same streets and actually just follow the path of one of the novels that Hedgevlog, the two commissaires in the novel did. Anyway, I absolutely recommend this series of crime novels. I think there are 20 books or something. I haven't read them all, but my dad has them at home, so I got into that. And I also really enjoy the not really crime, but mystery novels by Joan Aiken, because she is one of my favorite authors all around. Back to How to Get Away with Murder. I just started today. I think I'm at episode 3 or 4, and the constant time jumps were a little bit confusing at first, but it's okay. They don't do a lot of jump scares, which I love, and I don't have to watch all the time, because there's kind of very little in terms of micro expressions going on, and it's fairly verbal. That's okay, because I mainly watch it while I'm working on illustrations or craft stuff, and especially on illustrations, because I go completely bonkers when I can't have anything to distract me from what I'm doing, because if not, I go my nose will literally hover this close over the paper, and that's not good for my eyes, and that's not good for my posture, not at all. Anyway, I will probably not watch the whole series, because that's what I do. I have a slightly shorter attention span when it comes to things like that, so no. In terms of books, I have read this Spanish fairy tale book. There was a lot, it was interesting, but there was a lot of putting pins at people's heads and then ramming them in, and then those people turned into pigeons. What the heck was up with that? My boyfriend has the theory that it's all part of the big pigeon conspiracy against him to drive him crazy, because he hates those animals. He uses other words. So that was the thing. It's interesting all around if you're into fantasy and stuff like that. Fairy tales are the very thing, and folklore, where that stuff started, so I recommend that. There are two things that are currently very much on my mind. One thing is actually finally starting a Changeling chronicle on my forum, play-by-post. It is in German. I originally wanted to play in English, but the friend that actually revived the idea for me asked me to play in German because his English isn't as good, so if my German speaking or German understanding or German writing viewers want to partake in that, because Changeling the Dreaming is an amazing background for RPG, and I love storytelling in that system. I absolutely adore the whole background. The forum link will be down in the description. I'm also not opposed to storytelling a English adventure too. So anyway, so that's a thing that's very much in my mind, and the story will be set in something that looks, smells and probably tastes like Marburg, where I used to live before we moved to Hanover, where we live now. So Marburg, and subsequently the X-Pie that I'll be using is settled between beautiful foresty hills. The town is mostly situated in the valley, but on the hill there's a castle. We have a lot of stairs. We have super adorable framework houses, tiny shops, a lot of stairs actually, because the whole thing is situated at the hill, and a very old student culture, because the whole thing is a university town, a small one, but it is really a lot of history. And actually the thing that is rather relevant for a Changeling campaign there is that the Brothers Grimm started their studies and their collection of fairy tales there, and they complained about the stairs a lot. This fairy tale town is the perfect scenery to set loose a couple of changelings to wreak havoc there, and maybe discover an ancient secret or not. Anyway, and the second thing that has been on my mind lately is that I will probably not only go to Mythodia this year, which is my regular LARP thing, where I definitely go each year. I also visit a few other events each year, but this one is a must for me. This is my absolute happy place. And it's also the largest LARP event in the world. But I will also go to Drachenfest this year. Or at least I plan to. Because my group that I play with in the Mythodia background, they all have good reasons why they don't LARP more often. Be it private stuff, health, money, work, things like that. But I crave more immersion. I want to go LARPing more often. And so I thought, hey, why not just do the thing that's a whole week? And directly in the week before the other whole week that I spent at LARP. So that's gonna be interesting. Also, it's the perfect opportunity for me to finally start a series on character creation, because that's actually a thing that I always wanted to do when I started this channel, because character creation and background creation, world building and theory to do all these things are a very big hobby of mine. I really love them, and I want to get all these things out to you, to show you how I build characters, how I actually craft stuff for my characters, and how I build the worlds they come from, and how my thoughts work around all the things that you need for backgrounds and characters. So we will start with Character 101 or something like that, Character Building 101, and then just work way up to World Building 101. So my character for Drachenfest will be probably just the example for how I do this. So I hope two big things this week. Me finally being able to storytell for Changeling again, because this is so close to my heart. I absolutely love this background and this game. And yeah, the plans to go to Drachenfest as a completely new character. So more LARP content for this channel. Yay! Hopefully. So I hope you have a wonderful week. Please be nice to yourself, take care of yourself, follow your dreams, take care of others, because this world needs so much more love and so much more caring. If you have seen How to Get Away with Murder, tell me in the comments what you think about it. Tell me what you would like to see in terms of character creation. Of course, you can always chime in during the series that I plan on doing as soon as possible, because this is so exciting. I absolutely love character creation. That's it. I love you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Or you see me.